Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. And today on the real deal, I'm gonna be talking about where I live in Portugal. I've talked about it before, but I just came, so now that I'm here for maybe 6 months, 5 months, and what I've noticed so far and everything. So get comfortable, relax. It's Sunday. It's fun. It's a fun weekend, and the first thing I'm gonna be talking about is when you visit when you visit somebody's home here in Portugal. So when you visit somebody's home here, the first thing they offer you is something to eat or drink, and they would most likely offer you alcohol and tea, coffee and tea or tea. And along with that, they have a table in preparation. They already have a table prepared with snacks, nuts, cake, candies. So that's always on the table. And then everybody would sit at a table. They would have you sit. You don't, it's not a living room setting. In Jamaica, when you visit people, you sit in the living room and chit chat, whatever. So here, when you visit, it's around the table, the dinner table. You all sit and they have a presentation. So now while you're talking and drinking, you might want to take a snack. You want to pick up a snack, or if it's cake, or if it's tea. It depends on what you're having, or coffee. But it's always something, and you don't have to be talking about anything of importance. You just laugh, chit chat, and the next thing I notice about them is, as a family, they would be making bread. And when they're making bread, they would invite people over to their house while they're making bread. And then hot bread, sweet bread, whatever bread. And then when they come, they would have butter on the table. They would have jam on the table, peanut butter on the table, cheese on the table, or some meat like corned beef, but it's not corned beef. I think it's sausage crushed. You can get that to buy in the store. So they would have that on the table. So you would go chit chat, take a slice of bread, put whatever you want to put on it, eat, drink your tea, and talk. So this is kind of like what the presentation would look like, especially around Christmas. Around Christmas, they have one thing they do have a lot of is liquor. And whatever liquor they have, they would take some and they would put on the table, and they would have your whether you're gonna have a glass or whether you're gonna have strong liquor. They have the little shot glasses, and they will have those. And when you go, they say, "Oh, what you drinking?" and they would pour and whatever. So if you see me looking down on my phone, is that I wrote down a couple of things. I don't want to miss anything because as I say, it's from what I noticed about here. So let me tell you exactly where in Portugal I am. So you have 9 small islands, which is a part of Portugal. So I am presently living on one of those small islands. I am presently living on the largest of all 9, which is Samigal Azores. And on that island, it have a population of 150,000 people. Okay, it's mostly country. It look country. But what I have noticed about this place is the houses. All the houses, most of the houses are in the middle of the road. Everybody they have a big property in the back, and they bring their house closer. If you step outside your front door, you step in the middle of the street. There are no inches apart, no 1 inch, 2 inch, nothing. You pull your front door, you step in the middle of the street. And I was amazed because I was like, why the hell would somebody want to build their houses in the middle of the street? I mean, but then I started inquire, and I was told that the people they used the first time days, that's because it's ancient, those people would build their houses in the up front and use the back to do farming, just use the back to make money, so to speak. So that's with the houses. And then with the houses here, the houses are built with some things like some bricks that look like a block, and it is built to keep the cold air out of the house because it is generally cold. We get, I'm gonna touch on that when I get to the weather. They get about 8 months of cold weather, rain. There is no snow, but it is pretty cold. Sometimes, okay, I'll get to that part when I get to the weather part. Okay, the people, they are pretty ancient. This place is pretty ancient. The dress code is not bad, but the mindset and the ways of the people, it's pretty ancient. Um, yeah, the crime rate, the crime rate is zero crime, zero murder in 10 years. In 10 years. No murder, no gun violence in 10 years. That's the crime rate on this island, Senegal. That's where I'm living. Um, the food. The food is pretty much, they pretty much eat most of the things that we eat in Jamaica, but the presentation is a whole level, a different kettle of fish. The presentation in Jamaica, we eat with our eyes, so the presentation is much better than the presentation here. The cooking method they use are totally different from the cooking method that we are used to. You literally, and what I realize is what we do comes strange to them, especially if they have not ventured off this island to, let's say, America, Bermuda, Canada. Our food would look a bit strange to them, like, why is it so dark? You understand? I don't like my food that dark. Well, their food to us is pretty much, we look at it and we just decide that it not taste good, even though it have flavor, I might add. But we just look at it and decide that it not taste good because the presentation is not up to our standard as Jamaican standard, or let's say maybe black people standard. And the music, they listen to Jamaican music, especially Bob Marley. They listen to dancehall music. They don't understand, but maybe the beat. But one thing though, their music is again old fashioned, and the dance. The party, like a street party, is nothing compared to the party we have in Jamaica. I don't think they have a party that the party all night long. I don't think they have a party every week. I don't think they have a just around holiday time. And what they consider a party, you don't I don't know if that's a party, but in sometime in in October or November, I don't remember, they have a little party where they roast, and it's all over the island. They do it. They roast chestnuts and have wine, and they play music, and you would just put on your clothes, not dress up your normal jeans and top and your jacket because it's cold, and you would go out and you would eat chestnut and drink alcohol. Some people stay all morning. Mm. A New Year's Eve party now. They have certain location that they would gather. You don't pay to go anywhere. You don't buy anything. You just gather at that location, and I don't know if it's the government they provide with wine and cake and whatever, and depends on where you wanna go celebrate or where your friend live or whatever you're gonna go, and it's like it's a bar, and you go to that bar and they have the firework, and you would be eating cake, you would be drinking, and champagne. The government provide the champagne, and when they count 10, 9, 8, 2, 1, they you will open your champagne and everybody greet everybody. Whether they know you or not, you get a hug, a shake hand. Happy New Year's. They go around Feliz Ananova, Feliz Ananova. They just go around, hug everybody. At that day, everybody talk to everybody. They might see you tomorrow and don't talk to you, but on that day, everybody talk to everybody. Yeah, so the people from nowhere gonna come and say Happy New Year's and hug, and then after that celebration, some people who are musicians who like to play guitar, like to sing, they would walk around and knock on your door and sing a song for you in the straight back until the next day. For that little bit, I don't know if it's fun or what, but that's not our thing. Our thing is party straight till daylight or go to church till daylight. So that's the vast difference. The fashion is generally the same. Especially for the younger people. The younger people are Americanizing the fashion sense in which they have cable TV and what. So the fashion is generally the same as the fashion in anywhere else. Smoking, smoking and drinking. You hear they say you have Jamaica have a church every square mile. Well, this place have a bar, a drinking spot, a liquor spot where you drink. And these people smoke cigarette a lot. It's a pastime. Smoking is just a pastime for them. They smoke a lot. The bank system is relatively slow here. You'd be in the bank alone, and it take you a good little 10 minutes to do your transaction and get out the bank. That's how slow the bank system is. And for the business place, they close, most business places here close for lunch and reopen like an hour and a half to 2 hours later. The street, relatively clean. If you do not have a job and you live here, the government will give you a job to clean the street, keep the park. No, that job is yours. The government pay you to do that. So you have people who clean the street, no matter how country it is, no matter how much in the country you are. You have somebody to sweep the street. So the street is relatively clean, and you work for the government. So it's something like what Portia was bringing into Jamaica, like the Jeep. Your people constantly working on the street, so there's no way the road is have any grass or whatever, because if I may add, if I live here, I think it's every month somebody would come to clean. And the thing is, whether rain or shine, those people put the raincoat on and get to work. They don't get that. They don't say, "Oh, it's raining." They're gonna go and sit down and wait till the rain. And if it rain for 1 week, do nothing. The people then put on their raincoat and them rain boot, and the people then work in the rain. That was a first for me. Um, Church. Only Roman Catholic churches are here. And I've never been to one, but for them it's a tradition. Everybody grew up in the Roman Catholic Church. One thing I find strange is like when you go to that church, the church is for 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, and when you go, you do communion every time you go. You break bread and eat every time you visit church. So church will keep from Sunday to Friday. Sunday in the day you keep from maybe 1 hour and a half to 2 hour, and then and weekdays for about half an hour to an hour they do rosary, which they go and pray Holy Mary Mother of God, and they do that for half an hour. And what I notice is the younger people, they do not go to church, like mostly older folks. And what they do after church is they go to church, and then every evening after church they would go walking just for exercise. All the old people would go walking. They would go by the ocean. They would just walk and talk, and it happened every day on a daily basis. Okay. Bills. I don't know if you know that. Okay, so we use European. It's European country, so we use EU, Euro money. The bills for me is none other than I've seen before. I have a big fridge. I have all TV not turn off. I have washing machine, dryer machine, humidifier on, and all that thing right through the day, right through the night. My bill is €18, 1/8 a month, which is about 2,000 match Jamaican dollar, not 3,000 yet. My water and my trash, I realize the trash truck come 4 to 5 times a week, as I thought it was 3 times, but no. So you have one trash come on Monday, you have one come on Tuesday for glass, you have one come on Wednesday for trash, you have one come on Thursday for plastic, and then you have one that come and take your junk. You want to put some junk outside, the truck is gonna come. My bill for that, with along with the water bill, is $6 every month. No go up, it no go down. €6. So that for one I considered very cheap. Okay, weather. So I'm gonna get back to the houses. So for at least 8 months out of every year, we have rain. You have sometimes your houses are very close to each other like this, and when I get out my house, I cannot see my house next door, because what, the fog, very dark, gloomy fog come down, and if you're driving, and it depends on the weather condition, you'll be driving, and then at certain parts of the island, that's where if it's high up or low, the fog. So you'll be driving, and when you get to that spot, you would see that cloud ahead of you. And when you get there, you have to turn, even if it's middle day, you have to turn your lights on, and you have to drive slowly because you cannot see nothing. The first time I see that, I remember a storybook I read when I was in grade 6 named The Lantern. I read that storybook. That thing came right back to my memory because I didn't know that places is actually stay like that. Um, okay, so yes, you have people who work out or outside. Bank people work in the bank, people work in the, you know, there are people who work various different places, but the main the main thing here is farming, cattle farming. That's a big investment here. A lot of people do cattle farming. So this place produces a lot of milk, a lot of cheese, a lot of butter, and everything is organic. Meat, everything is organic. So I can buy a box of milk and I can open that box of milk, in which in other places where I buy one milk, and if I open that milk I have to use it in 3 days or whatever. That milk, it can last up to a week or more without being spoiled. I don't know why. I don't know why. The next thing is how quiet this place is. When I was living in Bermuda, I lived in a neighborhood that was pretty quiet. People used to say, "Oh, where you live is so nice and quiet." Hello? I come this place, and let me tell you, when I say quiet, I hear some people talk about deafening silence. And now I understand. Sometimes the place is so quiet. If I don't have a TV or whatever on, I can hear my ears actually ringing like going through my ears. Especially if the electricity went. Because there's no talking, no noise, no nothing. I don't understand. I mean, and trust me, people are home. Because in this country, it's still old fashioned where men go out and work and the ladies stay home and fix the house and dress the house and do whatever they wanna do. I don't know how them not getting a mix up, which they probably do, but I not speak them language so I can't hear. So they have time to go to the friend's house, they have time to do this, they have, because they stay home doing nothing. And if you wash every day and you clean every day, there's not much to do. An hour or two, you're done. But one thing they do, they fix lunch and then they fix supper. So they will have lunch like 12 o'clock and or 1 o'clock, whatever. And then supper would be like 7 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock would be supper. For me, that's a no-no. I don't like that thing because I try to eat as early as 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I don't want anything after that hour. Oh, one thing is missing from this layout is the nut. And on this table, you would have cashew nuts, peanut, pumpkin seed, sesame seed, like banana, ripe. I don't know if it's ripe banana, but it's fried. And so it would have all different kind of nuts on the table, prunes and fig. They eat a lot of fig here. So you will have all that on the table also, along with sweets, cookies, and all of these things. You would have all those things on the table also. So I don't know if I'm forgetting or I'm leaving out anything, but basically that's with what is here. Okay, now everybody know I do not understand the language 100%, so I definitely do not understand what people are saying. And the funny thing about it is, I know words. I know a lot of words. My vocabulary is this thick, but when they say it, because I try to study from Google those things, when they say it, how they say it, it took a while for me to register it in my head because it is totally different. Because guess what? These people talk patois too. So even though they speak a different language, they have another word for whatever it is. So for instance, see you later would be atelog. These people say talog. So I mean, you see on Google atelog, and then when you hear they say talog or whatever, I'm like, huh? And if they speak slow, I would get it. But if they speak fast, I'm not gonna be able to get it. So I still do not understand. And I'm telling you the truth. My husband left on the maybe the 15th of January. I have not gone outside if I don't have something important to do outside. So I become a host rat, a homely person. Why? Because I'm still not comfortable. I am still not comfortable when I go to my husband's village where he was grown. I receive a warm welcome. Everybody, oh, I see you on Facebook. I know you're from Facebook. Everybody, you receive a warm welcome. But when I am in my village where my husband purchased his house, it's a total different thing. I don't know. I get a feeling. Nobody talk to me. Nobody say hi. No, nothing. Again, maybe it's me. So don't know that once my husband is not here, I am most likely to keep myself to myself. Am I comfortable here? In terms of comfort in house, food, I mean, having everything you want? Yes. Being able to go out? Okay. I am an introvert. So it's not easy for me to make friends. And the fact that I cannot speak their language make it even harder. I can say I have one lady who is considered to be my friend, but she do not speak one ounce of English, and I don't speak Portuguese. So one day we were in town and the rain was coming, and I said to her, "Oh, Shiva." And she said, "Huh?" I said, "Shiva." She said, "Huh?" I said, "Shiva." She said, "Oh, Shuva." I'm like, what the hell? My husband taught me wrong. So my husband teach me Shiva. No, me gonna tell woman say Shiva. But it was Shuva. I laughed till I nearly cried because me said, look how this man take me to an idiot. But yeah, she's a nice lady, but she do not understand a word I say, and I do not understand a word she says. So that friendship thing would just sit and look at each other. So when I'm able to talk, I'll be able to invite her to lunch. We can go sit and talk because that's one of the things you do with your friend. You go for lunch and talk and see you later or see you next week, so to speak. So she was one of the first person I met when I go to my husband's country, my husband villa, where my husband grew up, where he was born, and she would take me and my husband's sister, and we go and we look, and she showed me a little bit around. Yeah, the first thing. Oh, one thing they like to do too, they like to show you inside of their houses. So you visit, oh, you want to see my house? Because their house is very important to them. It is well made, well clean, no nothing, no, not even, it is well made. I've heard rumors all the time say like white people are not the cleanest person. I can tell you, I have never been to a house in this country where you can literally eat off of the floor. That's how clean the place is. So guys, that is enough for you. And as I said, I teach a word every day. And today word is gonna be let me see. What should I teach you to? Okay, I already talked about rain. So the Portuguese word for rain is chuva. The Portuguese word for rain is Shuva. Live, love, laugh. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend. Have a wonderful day. Don't let anybody steal your joy. And be blessed. Pay it forward. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Have a good day.